Thank you. Let's get to that tech conversation. We'll be joined in the program by the CEO of Cyclex Africa, Sule David, joining us from Abuja studio. Mr. David, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
You know, one of the things that the President, Bola Tinubu, is going to be in his midterm by May, which is next month, exactly half into his 4-year term. And he's made a lot of promises as far as young people and innovation and technology is concerned. So if you were to assess the ecosystem, the tech ecosystem, because I know tech ecosystem is one of those sectors like Nollywood that has evolved despite government. It wasn't necessarily because of government. The young people just rose. But
yes.
What's your assessment and in terms of contribution of the government so far in driving that space to whatever it is that you want to say to us now, where we can say we were rated on the continent of Africa?
To a very great extent, we say that the government is a very, very important factor for promoting technology, innovation, and sustainability. And to a very great extent, I believe that Nigeria, as a country in sub-Saharan Africa, we have the capacity, the youthful population of Nigeria, the youth at the moment, you know, we have the capacity, we have the ability to be able to drive innovation and also partner with government in achieving drastic growth economically, socially, and also environmentally. We see how much more technology seems to be an industry that is able to take a third world country down to up to first world. So, and to a great extent, I see a lot of young people daily who are doing amazing things like myself, and it gives me this hope and this assurance that that we are able to push innovation to the next level right here from Nigeria, building local solutions in Nigeria for Africa at large. And we are all willing to partner with the president in able to achieve this goal in this tenure.
I know that if I want to say the two biggest poster innovation in the tech sector, from where I sit, maybe e-commerce as well as fintech. But there's agriculture there that holds a lot of potential for accelerated growth, both for our GDP and for our economy in general. What is happening as far as innovation in agricultural sector is concerned?
Thank you very much. For me personally, I'm very particular about agriculture because I also major in agricultural engineering. So most of my, I've had a product before now called, that I co-founded with another company called AgroLancer that enables farmers come together and share resources. And at the moment, even on our current product, Cyclex Africa, we're also able to process and collect agricultural waste and give farmers incentives for that. So I believe agriculture is a huge industry, and as we're also able to see other big players globally, technology is a major tool for that too. So the need for us to bring technology more into agriculture to drive the infrastructure, to ease the connectivity between farmers, between key industry players in the agricultural sector cannot be overemphasized. So as youth, I believe we have also the right skills to drive innovation and technology in agriculture. But I believe the government can do a bit better. They can provide the right infrastructure for us to build on and for us to get enough support to drive our current innovation.
You know, in relation to Jeffrey's question, the 8 unicorns are actually in Africa, in the Africa commerce and fintech space. And one wonders why that revolution is not being felt or seen in not just the agriculture sector, but in other sectors as well, where we need solutions, in security, where we need solutions.
Yes.
So what are your reflections where this is concerned, and what can be done to escalate the innovations that we see amongst Nigerian youths in these different spaces? Because we have Nigerian youths manufacturing drones, we have Nigerian youths manufacturing, you know, agriculture, intervention, inputs, and all of that. So what would it take to escalate these inventions to commercial level?
We say a huge part of that will be on our infrastructure. When you see the unicorns, the 8 big unicorns, and you are seeing how they are all shiny around fintech, right? You will discover that they are able to have the basic infrastructure to drive their integrations, their technology, and also probably their network. They have the right support, they have the right base to drive these things, right? Which is a bit difficult here in Sub-Saharan Africa, because in as much as there's a product market fit for that, there's a huge market, and there are willing buyers, there are willing customers to be able to use these services, right? But the ideology, the mentality of a basic African needs to be re-engineered. This is how we need to drive sensitization. We need to allow young people know that you can actually build solutions for all these other sectors and scale it with technologies. Technology seems to be like a tool for every sector. You must not be a software developer to be able to enjoy the benefit of technology. You can be a regular farmer and a probably traditional farmer, but now you have to now understand that you can do your traditional work better with the aid of technology. You can be able to research on the kind of soil you have. You can be able to do further research on the kind of water content and, you know, the salt content of the water, so that you'll be able to push and drive agriculture better. Technology provides you that environment to know your seasons, your weather, and also the climate, understand how climate is able to affect your agricultural practices. This is how we need to drive this sensitization from not just the current existing farmers, but also the young people, the young ones in primary school. They need to understand that technology is not is a tool for them. So, and also they can actually do agriculture better. Agriculture is not a field for local people. Agriculture is actually a very huge industry that is able to take any country, from a third world country to a first world nation.
All right.
Let's
give it a human face now.
This has to be communicated, yes.
Let's give it a human face now. Your work says that you integrate cutting-edge technology with climate solutions, and you also foster green entrepreneurship. So what would you require as a tech intervention provider to scale your work to commercial level? What partnerships with government agencies would you require?
Particularly for myself, I will require the government to be able to implement policies that are going to ease our activities. In the business of waste management through CycleX Africa, I'm able to recycle and also communicate to a basic Nigerian that waste in Africa is not waste. Waste in Africa is actually treasure. You can actually get value from waste. And doing this, you need a lot of infrastructure, you need a lot of machinery, you need a lot of manpower to be able to process tons and tons of waste. If we're able to get policies that will reduce the tax we pay on even importing these recycling machines, you can buy a machine for over $50,000, and when you are having to import them into Nigeria, you still pay a huge amount of money to clear these machines. If we're able to get these policies implemented, that's going to ease our importation. So there's going to ease our also operations. We're having to get a lot of charges, like the government taxes on our operations, on our activities, on our logistics. We're able to, if we can get a bit of policy that's going to ease these things from the government, it will go a long way to support and to promote sustainable technology or climate technology here in Nigeria.
All right, fantastic. Sule David, we must thank you and appreciate you and encourage you to continue in the good work you're doing as far as that space in agriculture is concerned. Sule David is the CEO of CycleX Africa. Thank you, sir, for coming on the program.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.